Few leaders in the world today know the Middle East as well as Israeli President Shimon Peres. At the age of 90, he's the world's oldest head of state and has been serving his country since it was founded in 1948. We wanted to hear his views on the current crises in Iraq and Syria. So 60 Minutes correspondent Lara Logan sat down with him for an exclusive interview on his last visit to the U.S. as Israeli president. Lara, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony. Well, the most surprising thing Shimon Peres told me was the advice he just gave to President Obama about Iraq. He said the conflict there between Iraq's two main ethnic groups, the Sunnis and Shiites, is the responsibility of the Arab League, coalition of Arab nations, and not the U.S. In his view, this is not America's fight.
The Shiite-Sunnite problem should be handled by the Arab League. It's an Arab problem. They are qualified to handle it. Really only an Arab problem and an Arab solution.
Peres says he told President Obama the U.S. should support the fight in Iraq rather than lead it.
As this terrorist group ISIS consolidates its gains in Iraq and looks towards Jordan, does Israel feel the noose tightening?
We are worried, we are concerned, but not frightened.
Is the threat emanating from these terrorists in Iraq so dangerous that it's capable of bringing Israel closer together with some of its oldest enemies?
Maybe, and I shall be delighted if it will happen. We are not looking for enemies. We have enough. And what we are trying to do is to convert enemies to friends, wherever we can.
Peres' most famous attempt to turn enemies into friends was recognized in 1994. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his role in brokering a peace agreement between Israel and the Palestinians. But 20 years later, there's still no peace, and the most recent talks fell apart. Yet Peres remains on good terms with Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas.
Who are the leaders in the Middle East that you can count on?
Abbas is a partner. I have much respect for the King of Jordan. I have much hope about the new president of Egypt. And I hear new voices from Saudi Arabia and the Gulf countries.
What about Bashar al-Assad in Syria? Is he here to stay?
Look, after you kill 160,000 people, I wouldn't suggest any security insurance to take a guarantee for his future.
Over the past 65 years, Shimon Peres has worked with 10 U.S. presidents, and he's the only member of Israel's founding generation who's still in office. But in just a few weeks, he will step down and finally retire from government service.
Even though you're the world's oldest statesman already, you have more planned.
I don't think the age is really a factor in my consideration. I think you are young as your dreams and not old as your calendar. So I'm not concerned about my age. I'm concerned about the future.
President Peres did not have much hope for the future of Iraq. He said he did not see the slightest chance of it remaining as one country.
Fascinating interview to hear some of his viewpoints. Did he make any mention of the 3 Israeli teenagers that recently disappeared on the West Bank?
Yes, he did. And according to President Peres, the Israelis are not currently negotiating with anyone for the release of those of those kidnapped teenagers, because they don't know who took them. But he did say in no uncertain terms that if Israel has even the slightest idea where they are, they won't hesitate to go in and get them.
Looks great at 91. I love that. You're as young as your dreams, not as old as your calendar. 60 Minutes correspondent Lara Logan, thank you very much.
Thank you.